የተከበራችሁ አድማጮቻችን ዛሬ የማቀርብላችሁ ፕሮግራም በሰሞኑ ብዙ ጽሁፍ እየጻፍኩኝ ነው እና ብትከታተሉት ከሆነ በዚህ ሀገር ያለውን የጥቁር ሕዝብ ጭቆናን በሚመለከት ነው። ዛሬ ደግሞ ሌላ ጽሁፍ ይዤላችሁ ቀርብ ያለው አይ ሃቭ አ ድሪም ፎር ብራዝ ዶክተር ማርቲን ሉተር ኪንግን በርዝዴይ በማሰብ ነው። በተለይ ዛሬ በርዝዴያቸው ነው እና እኚህ ታላቅ የሲቪል ራይት ሙቭመንት ታጋይ ለዓለም የጥቁር ሕዝብ ዋና መሰረታዊ የሆነ ነፃነት በብዙ ሀገር በትግላቸው ያመጡ ሰው እንደሆኑ የታወቀ ነገር ነው። በተለይ ደግሞ በዚህ ሀገር for 400 years ጥቁሮች በዚህ ሀገር ምን አይነት ጭቆና ይደርስባቸው እንደሆነ የታገሉ መሪ እንደሆነ እናውቃለን። ስለዚህ ዛሬ እኔ I have a dream black Americans or African Americans in America join together with African peoples, walk to the land of Africa, and especially for the land of Ethiopia, the land of human beings created, and all black peoples that can join together, walk to the mountain of Ras Dashen and Abai in Ethiopia. Then we have all these black peoples in this country must think they have another land. They have another brothers across the country, a big land, 4 or 5 times bigger than the American state. Then you have to think to come back home, Africa. It's a big land, a big 1.2 million people living in Africa. Then on this Martin Luther King birthday, I invite you guys to come home back. And you have another land, you have another home. You don't have to leave from America, but you have to think you have another home. It's a second home. Your second home will be Africa and Ethiopia. We will give it to you, a land. We will give it to you, a state in Africa, in Ethiopia, anywhere. Then I invite all the black movement leaders in this country, black colleges, Howard University, Atlanta, North Carolina, Mississippi, all these black universities. Then and we have to work hard and take the black peoples out for this oppression and go back home. We have the same kinds of things right now. It happens in Africa and in America. In America, as you know, this country for 400 years until now, the black peoples live here. Is only certain peoples are getting benefit, and the rest of the majority of black is still in a poor condition, in health, and education, in anything. Then to go out of that oppressed society, then you have to think and compete with your peoples and be joined together and be fight for the black freedom. Then that I think is work. Martin Luther King dream is black and white joined together, work in the mountain of here in America and Washington Monument. But my dream also is gonna be a black African American join together and walk the mountain of Africa, the mountain of Ethiopia. And we can change this world. We have everything in Africa. We don't need really getting anything subsidized and shelter, government house, free hospitals, and everything is just they keep us to just survive. Nothing is getting better in life. Then we have to work together and walk to the homeland, to Africa. Then I wrote this thing is for everybody. You can look at it, and if you have an idea what we're gonna do about this this thing, and let me know. You can discuss about it and write a comment in the bottom of it. Then you have to think. Sometimes oppressed is sitting there for 400 years. There's no way for African people it's gonna be a better life. We have to think. We have to wake up. Wake up. Everybody in Africa, every African, especially West Africa, is very oppressed, and also now it comes to East Africa, to Ethiopia and Somalia, Eritrea, and Uganda. All this oppressed by this Europeans and Americans. We have to say no more. We have to say no more for them. You have to follow this worldwide movement and be a part of it. This is Yosef Gzacho from Washington, D.C. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Thank you for your listening to me. Thank you.
Those who hope that the Negro needed to blow off steam and will now be content will have a rude awakening if the nation returns to business as usual. There will be neither rest nor tranquility in America until the Negro is granted his citizenship rights. The whirlwinds of revolt will continue to shake the foundations of our nation until the bright day of justice emerges. But that is something that I must say to my people who stand on the warm threshold which leads into the palace of justice. In the process of gaining our rightful place, we must not be guilty of wrongful deeds. Let us not seek to satisfy our thirst for freedom by drinking from the cup of bitterness and hatred. We must forever conduct our struggle on the high plane of dignity and discipline. We must not allow our creative protests to degenerate into physical violence. Again and again, we must rise to the majestic heights of meeting physical force with soul force. The marvelous new militancy which has engulfed the Negro community must not lead us to a distrust of all white people. For many of our white brothers, as evidenced by their presence here today, have come to realize that their destiny is tied up with our destiny. And they have come to realize that their freedom is inextricably bound to our freedom. We cannot walk alone. And as we walk, We must make the pledge that we shall always march ahead. We cannot turn back. There are those who are asking the devotees of civil rights, when will you be satisfied? We can never be satisfied as long as the Negro is the victim of the unspeakable horrors of police brutality. We can never be satisfied. As long as our body is heavy with the fatigue of travel, cannot gain lodging in the motels of the highways and the hotels of the cities. We cannot be satisfied as long as the Negro's basic mobility is from a smaller ghetto to a larger one. We can never be satisfied as long as our children are stripped of their selfhood and robbed of their dignity by signs stating for whites only. We cannot be satisfied as long as a Negro in Mississippi cannot vote and a Negro in New York believes he has nothing for which to vote. No, we are not satisfied, and we will not be satisfied until justice rolls down like waters and righteousness like a mighty stream. I am not unmindful that some of you have come here out of great trials and tribulations. Some of you have come fresh from narrow jail cells. Some of you have come from areas where your quest for freedom left you battered by the storms of persecution and staggered by the winds of police brutality. You have been the veterans of creative suffering. Continue to work with the faith that unearned suffering is redemptive. Go back to Mississippi. Go back to Alabama. Go back to South Carolina. Go back to Georgia. Go back to Louisiana. Go back to the slums and ghettos of our northern cities, knowing that somehow this situation can and will be changed. Let us not wallow in the valley of despair. I say to you today, my friend, so even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream. It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia, the sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream that one day, even the state of Mississippi, a state sweltering with the heat of injustice, sweltering with the heat of oppression, will be transformed into an oasis of freedom and justice. I have a dream that my 4 little children will one day live in a nation where they will not be judged by the color of their skin, but by the content of their character. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day down in our vicious racist, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today. I have a dream that one day every valley shall be exalted. Every hill and mountain shall be made low, the rough places will be made plain, and the crooked places will be made straight, and the glory of the Lord shall be revealed, and all flesh shall see it together. This is our hope. This is a faith that I go back to the South with. With this faith, we will be able to hew out of the mountain of despair a stone of hope. With this faith, we will be able to transform the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood. With this faith, we will be able to work together, to pray together, to struggle together, to go to jail together, to stand up for freedom together, knowing that we will be free one day. This will be the day. This will be the day when all of God's children be able to sing with new meaning, my country, tears of thee. Sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride. From every mountainside, let freedom ring. And if America is to be a great nation, this must become true. So let freedom ring. From the prodigious hilltops of New Hampshire, let freedom ring. From the mighty mountains of New York, let freedom ring. From the heightening Alleghenies of Pennsylvania, let freedom ring. From the snow-capped Rockies of Colorado, let freedom ring. From the curvaceous slopes of California. But not only that, let freedom ring from Stone Mountain of Georgia. Let freedom ring from Lookout Mountain of Tennessee. Let freedom ring from every hill and molehill of Mississippi, from every mountainside. Let freedom ring, and when this happens, when we allow freedom ring, when we let it ring from every village and every hamlet, from every state and every city, we will be able to speed up that day when all of God's children, black men and white men, Jews and Gentiles, Protestants and Catholics, will be able to join hands and sing in the words of the old Negro spiritual, free at last, free at last. Thank God Almighty, we are free at last.
እንግዲህ 400 years እነ ማርቲን ሉተር ኪንግ fight for the freedom of this country, especially for black peoples. The way I see it, until now there is no freedom. Let freedom ring. In a way it doesn't work. It works the only place the white peoples and black peoples working together equally is Africa. And if they want the white people can be equally treated like a black peoples and working hard, living in harmony, they have to come to Africa, be free, without oppressed this Europeans and Americans. I said many times for my writing in the back, most of the times, I love this country. American people is nice, but the system and the government is not working for most black peoples in this country. Not only for black peoples in this country, is not working for most all African countries in Africa, for 1.2 billion people. Then the only thing we can do and show them we're better and work hard, we have everything, then you have to come, join together, and live peacefully. Some people think my time I be crazy. We have all kinds of problems in Africa, and we not even solve our problems. Then how come you invite another people from way out? The economy and everything is better than Africa. They might be right, but it's not the situation. The whole thing, the problem is we don't understand is African problems is European and American problems. They are the one who divide us. They are the one give us food and keep taking our money from Africa, make themselves rich. That's why they do. Then if you stop them to do that, then that way we can really, at that time we can let them more freedom comes through. Then this is Yosef Gzachov from Washington DC. Thank you for listening to me, and please read this writing. I put it on this page, and give comments, and send it for anybody you want to discuss about it. And you have to work hard with the No More movement, and to bring the whole black race together, and at least make ourselves equal to the black peoples, especially in Africa and in America too. Thank you.
NJM customers rate us 4.8 out of 5 on Trustpilot.
I've used NJM for over 15 years for my